Right, folks, Billy here. I'm going to get straight into the video. Who hates wheelie bins? I hate wheelie bins. We all hate wheelie bins that are blight on society. So today, I'm going to make a top-class hotel for these wheelie bins. Watch to the end. Right, guys, let's get straight to it. So I'm using these new mechanical pencil carpenter set by a company called Stageek. I will put a link in the description. I find them really, really good. They don't break every 2 seconds, the leads and the refills. I've got a video coming up about them, not sponsored or paid by them in any way. I just thought I'd share that with you. So anyway, let's get on to the build. So everything I'm using here is 2x4 treated pine and 1x6 treated pine, rough sawn from the local supplier. And I'm just marking out, nice little camera shot for you there. So yeah, bins, they are unsightly, they are nasty looking things. Every time I come in, they're just there, they're always in your face and they just look nasty. So I thought, I'm going to make a nice big hotel for him. And then basically it turns out like a bit of a nuclear bunker, if I'm perfectly honest with you. But you'll see at the end anyway. So this is for the outer frame where, you know, obviously like the 4 corners frame type thing. So I'm just measuring out where the screws are going here. And the weather's cold here. It's getting cold again. Cold, damp, rainy. The nights are shorter. And I'm using waterproof glue here to put these sections together. And decking screws. I got my decking screws from the screw shop. There's a link down below. I ran out of these mid-build, so I just used some screws which I was told would be alright for outside purposes. I'm really impressed with this mechanical pencil. I really, really am. You know, I'm just going through the 1x6 here. And the beauty of this saw is you can go through multiple bits at a time. I have still got my Bosch saw as well. I've still got that. So it's getting a bit too big for under where I work there. So I've had to come out to the front of the house. And every cut edge gets like a water-based, water-sealed treatment. Gets 2 coats of it. It dries fairly quick, so it's easy to reapply. This is part of the build now. I'm thinking, have I made this too big? Is this too big? And I know I've got all my measurements down, and so I'm just going with it. I'm just actually going with it. But in the back of my mind here, I'm thinking, this is massive. Then other thoughts I was having, if it's too big, what else can I use it for? I'll use it for the bins. I'll use it for the coal, that kind of stuff. I'm going to have to make myself a big sort of table that I can put on some trestles. That I could, you know, the bigger projects I can do out the front here like that, where I've just put a ply on a set of trestles. It seemed to work really well for me. Maybe I could do a project where I make one with some dog holes and that kind of stuff. So all the sort of exposed 4x2 ends, as well as the water treatment, gets this bitumen treatment as well. I know I've probably gone overboard doing this, but at least I know in my own mind when I stand back and look at it, and I know it's been done right. So this is why I've gone to these sort of like extremes. Would a tradesman go to this extreme? Don't know. And here I'm going to be raising it up a little bit to keep it off the ground. So I'm making 4 sort of pad feet with the 4x2. So guys, as I always ask, if you would kindly subscribe to the channel, it makes a massive difference. Hit the notifications so you don't miss any of my videos, and you can hit the super thanks and join our memberships. That would be great. I've been starting putting quite a bit of content into the membership, so go along to that. Just hit the smallest fee and it all goes into one, if that makes sense. And I've also got a Patreon. There's all links down below, but the main thing is, if you would help my small channel grow and give us a subscribe, that would be fantastic. So as you can see here, how it's just gonna, this is up, obviously the thing's upside down because I'm putting the feet on, but you can just see it's gonna raise it up. And I'm using that treated Simbot, and them again get 2 coats of the bitumen paint, so they're nice and protected as well. So more marking out here. So the top section, obviously, because it's nothing at the bottom, because the bins have to sort of slide in, as you can see there. So I've got to make a tough frame for around the top, but it's going to double up as the frame for a split lid section that's going to go on it. And when I put these beams on here, it really sturdies the whole thing up. Just got to make sure it's completely square, and this was just simple butt joints here. I'm just working my way round it nice and slowly, making sure everything's square as I go here. And in the middle, I'm just going to strengthen it further, but it'll be a divider for the lids. And this bit, it worked out really well for that strengthening. It's sort of like to serve 2 sort of purposes. And I'm just simply toe-nailing them screws in to the end. Some of the build I had to do it on the fly as I was going. No matter how much planning and prep you do, sometimes your plans change and you have to sort of like change course midway through a build. So again, even the screw holes get where I've screwed in, get a water treatment as well. Don't think a tradesman would have done that, would they? I'm having a go at tradesmen because they let me down. The whole thing was the gate, the log store, and this bin shed. The gate being the biggest one, where 3 of them let me down. I'm just going to try things myself from now on. So again, the hinges, I got the hinges off Amazon, and I'm not really overly impressed with them. I might change them out at some point. The quality is not good at all. This is one of the reasons I've stopped putting Amazon links down in the descriptions, because it's things like this. You know, I felt a bit let down with these hinges. They work fine, and for this purpose they'll be okay. But from the advertising to what you actually get, is it's not on really. And the sort of screws they sent with them, they weren't too bad on the hinges, but on the bolts, like the bolt latch thing I put on bit in the video, the screws, they just kept chewing up. So here's Shelley coming for the test, over dramatising it there. So as you can see there, it's got a split lid top, and I know she's happy with it. So that's the sort of first section. Now I've got to do the doors now. So again, I'm going back to the 6x1 treated timber. Always watch yourself around table saws and any circular saws, guys. Safety first before everything else. I just keep my hands, I have like an imaginary sort of circle down that blade where my hands won't go any further. Just nice and easy, that like a real time thing there. And then just simply use my push block. I will be making more push blocks. If anybody wants a push block, let me know. I'm going to make some. I've got some scrap now to make some more up. Push blocks with no screws or anything in. So for the doors, I am going to half lap joint, whatever you want to call them, the frame together, the frames for the doors. This took a bit of time. It was a bit of time consuming, but I enjoyed this process because I know I'm doing it right. I'm learning this skill like half lap. I could have pocket holed them. Nothing wrong with pocket holes. I just wanted to learn more about my joinery techniques and methods and just practice. I have been doing this in a few builds recently. And the more you do things, the better you get, obviously. You know, nothing's going to be perfect, but each time I do this, I'm going to get more confident, and so will you if you try it. Like I said, I could have easily done pocket hole screws, but where's the fun in that? I'm just cleaning up now with me sort of, I call it me dirty chisel, and just sanding it back. Going to the extremes there, obviously, but you know, it's for, I'm making it, it's something for the house, and I just want to make sure I do it to the best of my ability. So again, waterproof glue, and each door, just check for square. Just take that extra 5-10 minutes here, just checking for square. Now, time scale on making this with filming took me 3 days, but you could easily do this over a weekend. If I weren't filming the videos and editing in between and all that kind of stuff, and the weather got a bit crappy at certain points, I could have easily done this in 2 days. So I'm just measuring out for the cross members here. This is to stop the doors sagging over time. Just using a combination of an handsaw and obviously my mitre saw here. I used the handsaw because I couldn't get a certain angle with my mitre saw. So there's all the bits laid out sort of. And it's simply rinse and repeat now, putting the slats on the fronts. So just marking where there's sort of a screw placement, just to make it look that bit better. And again, more water treatment. So I'm just checking all my dimensions are right. I've got everything spot on before I hang the doors. And I'm bracing them here. This will just make it easier for them to hang. Now, I've actually lost footage of me actually hanging the doors. Not lost it, didn't take the footage, should I say. But the doors are hung. They were nice and easy, went in okay. They weren't perfect, but, you know, it's all a learning curve. So I'm just putting these simple brackets on now. And some handles, which I robbed these off another project I'd done quite a while back. So I took them off that and reapplied them to this, which they go with the black sort of hardware theme. So that latch there, I'm not happy with. It's just a garbage quality latch. So here's it's finished. Little bin hotel, bin shed. Split roof for the bins. I will be making some chains that pull the lids up as you lift up, and put some gas struts on them, just to make it easier for people lifting them, because they are a bit heavy, to be perfectly honest with you. But let me know in the comments, guys, what you think of it. The overall look. It hides them bins, doesn't it? It really, really does hide them. And the slatted design, so when it gets warmer weather, you won't be getting smells build up in there, all that kind of stuff. She's finding it a bit tough there, but the drive will be getting done early next year. So, guys, let me know in the comments what you think. I love this build. It was really nice. On to the next one, and thank you for watching.